guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. So I asked you on Instagram and YouTube what style questions you guys had. So I'm going to go through some today. I think I have 5 questions here. So hopefully I can answer them as best I can. That's kind of all I can do. But they're kind of a variation of questions as well, which is really good. You guys kind of seem to have quite broad questions. Some of you are asking similar questions, but you all kind of had different aspects of building a capsule wardrobe and finding your own style, which is amazing. So I'm just going to go through my YouTube questions first. And the first question here I have is from Autumn Stevens. And she's asked, how can you find inspiration for capsule wardrobes if your style doesn't fit into the normal categories, feminine, edgy, classic, etc.? Which is a really good question. And it's something I kind of touched on in my how to find your personal style video. But I guess I was kind of talking about how not everyone's style is going to be those distinct styles. A lot of us have a mix of a few, either like 1 or 2, or it could be a lot of different styles. And I think it's, I think a good way to start to figure out what your personal style is maybe to figure out the key pieces that you have in your wardrobe and kind of look at the pieces that you wear all of the time and see what style categories they would fall under. And obviously if then there's a bit of a crossover and you like to mix and match those pieces together, that's kind of where your style gels together. I've had so many people commenting on my Find Your Personal Style video with kind of descriptions of their style, and some of the styles sound absolutely amazing but so unique. So yeah, really good. If you are kind of having trouble finding your personal style, maybe go to that video. I'll link it below, and you can read through the comments and just see what other people have said about finding their personal style, because it's, you know, you're not going to be just feminine or just chic or just edgy or just classic. It's always going to be a mix of a few, I think. And I think starting with the pieces that you have rather than the kind of overall style is a good way to go. I think if you still can't figure out exactly what it is, a good way to work your style is just to find someone whose style you admire and maybe either figure out what their style is or just try and use their style as inspiration for your own. You don't need to be able to put a label on it necessarily. You don't need to be able to describe your style, as long as you know what pieces you like, what you like to wear. You know, as long as you're wearing things that you love, I think you're onto a winner. The next question is from Tamanda Flynn. She says, I am putting together my foundation pieces. I've gone for blue, black, grey and white, and will be adding colour. As I don't have much colour left by the time I sort my wardrobe, I'm considering which colours to add, but I'm really not sure what colours suit me best. So she mentioned that she saw the colour analysis that I did for my mum in our Let's Build Capsule Wardrobe video. I'll link that below as well if you haven't seen it. And yeah, so obviously because I know my mum quite well, and I've recently been completing a professional styling course. Obviously I do styling, personal styling as well, but I just want to build up my knowledge a little bit more as well. So we were learning about colour theories and kind of colour analysis and figuring out what colours suit people. And the easiest way that I can say, the easiest way to figure out those is to decide whether you're cool toned or warm toned. And this is dependent on your eye colour, hair colour and skin colour, or skin tone really. So that will, if you have dyed hair, you could end up with cool hair and warm toned skin or eyes, and vice versa. So basing on your natural colour is probably the best, but obviously if you have a warmer toned hair, you don't want to be dressing too cool, and vice versa. I think the main one as well is to figure out whether you like to wear gold or silver, because gold is going to give you those warmer tones and silver is going to give you those cool tones. And I think it's not necessarily what particular colours suit you, but it's the tone of the colour. So, I mean, yellow can suit everybody, but some people suit a pale lemon yellow and some people suit a warmer mustard yellow. So figure out what kind of tone you are, whether you're warm or cool. And that's basically how the seasons are broken down. I think spring and autumn are warm toned, and summer and winter are cool toned. But there's loads of guides and things on Pinterest. I don't actually have my own guide done just yet. I will be doing a colour analysis video pretty soon. But that's kind of my best advice for you for now, is just figure out whether you're cool toned, warm toned, and then stick with that kind of colour palette. Question 3 is from Caitlin Schill. I hope I said that right. Any tips for maintaining a capsule wardrobe long term? I will create a capsule and be in love with it and feel like it suits me, but then over time I realise that either my style preferences have changed or I get really bored with it. I really struggle with having a long-term success with a capsule wardrobe. I think that's really common, and I think if your capsule wardrobe is too stagnant, that's going to happen. And I think any wardrobe, unless you're always buying new things, that's going to happen. Although eventually you just kind of get bored with having too much stuff. But I think having seasonal capsules is what helps me to kind of stay interested in what I have in my wardrobe. So spring, summer, autumn, and winter. Even if you don't have specific or like really obvious seasonal changes in your weather, it's still really nice to change up your wardrobe. So it could be just adding in different colours, adding in different fabrics, different styles. So for me in spring, I love after a really dull winter to add in a little bit of colour. So last spring I just injected a little bit of pink. I ordered a pink jumper and it was just a really nice way to add a little bit of colour and just to kind of add interest to a lot of the other pieces that were in my wardrobe. So you can pick out your 30 to 40 pieces or whatever your capsule wardrobe consists of. Say it's for spring, and pack away everything else that you own. And then come summer, you can kind of root through your suitcases, root through your boxes, wherever they are, pull out some new pieces and tuck away some of the spring pieces to be taken back out the following year. And I think putting things away for that amount of time, I think you really only have them in your wardrobe for about 3 months. Some of them will go away for about 9 months. So by the time you take them back out again, it's new and it's fresh. And it does inject a little bit more excitement into your wardrobe. It's definitely, if you have the same pieces hanging there all year round, you are going to get really bored. Even some of my essentials, if I feel like I've worn them too much, I'll put them away, even if they're an all year basic. Like for summer, okay, I put away my black skinny jeans. I could wear them, they're just a pair of jeans, but I just figured I'd worn them so much through winter, I just had to get rid of them for a few months. But I know when I get them back out, I'll be really excited to wear them again. Question 4 from Karen Suvi. Again, I hope I said that right. I feel like my style changes a lot. Every 2 years, I feel like a new woman. There are really few pieces that remain in my wardrobe, and then I end up spending lots of money on clothing again. How do I stop this cycle? I feel like that can kind of go hand in hand with some of the questions I answered. But it's so normal for our style to change. It's not going to stay stagnant. Like I said, our wardrobes don't stay stagnant, and our style doesn't or shouldn't either. We're continuously evolving as people, and I think our style is definitely going to reflect that, whether it's, we go through a change in our life, we get older, we get a different job, we move to a different location, we make new friends, we lose friends, new relationships, old relationships, things like that are going to impact your style, and it's totally normal. And I think every 2 years or so is like a good amount of time to stick with a style, as long as it's not every few months that you're just completely lost. I think finding out what the core pieces that you continuously bring through your wardrobe, whether that's a really good pair of jeans, a really good blazer, crew neck jumpers, I think the basics, if they're kind of solid in your wardrobe, then every so often you can change it up. Kind of think of it like a seasonal wardrobe, but maybe you do it over the span of a few years. So you might store things away for that amount of time. It's not really a big deal if you're storing things away for a year or two. As long as they're clean when they go away so the moths don't eat them. I think being able to just take things out of your wardrobe and then reintroduce them at a later date, if that style comes back around again, is a really good way to keep things exciting and interesting. Stay on Pinterest, stay looking up style inspiration, because sometimes your style might change, but it could just mean that you need to style a piece in a different way, or you style it with a different item that you never would have considered. Sometimes it does mean adding in some new items to your wardrobe, and that's totally fine. Again, if you can't source things secondhand, there are some great sustainable brands out there if you want to support them. But secondhand is an option. Swapping with a friend is an option if you admire their style as well, and if you feel like your style is kind of growing towards what they wear. Because for me in college, that definitely happened to me. My roommate really influenced my style, and I still have that kind of style influence right now. So we did end up having a bit of a clothes swap one of the days. So that was really good. So there's no rule to say that you can't, add a few new pieces in, and it's as long as they're pieces that I think shopping secondhand is a really great way to add in pieces to your wardrobe if you think that they are going to be only there for a short amount of time. So if you buy something secondhand, you get a few wears out of it, and you can bring it back to a charity shop or sell it on or whatever at a later date, as long as it's still in like wearable condition and things like that. So I have one question from Instagram as well, from Redo with Less. She's asked what are the best brands to search for. And I'm kind of taking this up as best sustainable brands because I don't tend to share a lot about fast fashion brands on my Instagram or my YouTube or anywhere really. That's not to say that I will never shop from a fast fashion brand or don't occasionally. I definitely do, and nobody's perfect. And every so often, I do purchase something just kind of on a whim, but I try and make sure that it's sustainable in a way that I'm going to wear it loads. So I get my 30 wears out of it minimum. And that's how I will kind of justify it. Although hearing all about the different brands, different fast fashion brands that aren't paying their producers during COVID-19 crisis, it's really making me rethink that again. So I'm kind of gone off it again a little bit. So I haven't actually shopped with a lot of sustainable brands, mainly because I've been buying a lot secondhand. Brands that I have tried out, number one is People Tree. I will always rave about them. I worked for them last year for about 8 months maybe, and I loved it. I loved the brand, I loved the ethos, and I could really, because I saw the behind the scenes, I know that they really do care about their producers and about being as sustainable as possible and as ethical as possible, which is amazing. So because I have that insight, I know that I can always support them as a brand, and I'm staying true to my values. They are great. They have a lot of essentials made from organic cotton. They're great for more colourful printed pieces, the kind of prints that you're not going to find just everywhere on the high street. They do some denim as well, which is really great. I have a pair of their Cecile straight leg jeans and I adore them. And they do underwear and socks as well, which is really handy. Another great brand I haven't purchased from, but I have been gifted items from them. I've created some content, is Organic Basics. So I have one of their crew neck black t-shirts, and it is the comfiest crew neck t-shirt that I have at the moment. It's quite I don't know how to describe it. It's not a super boxy fit because it's not it has a little bit more stretch than a typical kind of rigid boxy fit t-shirt, but I quite like that. It's quite easy to tuck in. It's so soft, and it's kind of slightly thick cotton, which is really nice. I probably wouldn't wear it too much during the hotter months, but most of the year round, and then layering under jumpers is really great. So they're great for basics. They're great for either tank tops, crew neck t-shirts, or long sleeve tops as well. So I can't really recommend a lot of brands that I haven't tried. And also in recent weeks, I guess, a lot of brands that we thought were ethical or sustainable are coming under fire a little bit for different issues that are not necessarily quite so ethical. So if I haven't actually shopped for them myself, I can't really recommend them. But Good On You app is a really good place to look. They basically have ratings for all of the different brands, from fast fashion to sustainable brands, and they will kind of tell you how they rank on ethical production, how they rank on sustainable fabrics, animal cruelty or cruelty free, all those different attributes. So that's a really great tool to use if you are looking for different brands, and also if you're a fan of a brand and you just want to check out their credentials as well. It's a really good tool to use. So I would recommend going there. I'm sorry that I can't kind of give more information on brands. Going forward, I hope to be able to, but I just haven't shopped from a lot of sustainable brands because for the last few years, I decided I was only going to shop secondhand. I hope those answers were helpful for you guys, and I hope the questions were helpful as well, even if you didn't ask them. I will see you guys really soon in my next video, and if you haven't already subscribed, I would really appreciate if you do so, and do give this video a like if you liked it as well. See you next week. Hey guys, I'm just jumping in at the end of this video because I wanted to say a massive thank you for helping me to reach 2,000 subscribers. Really excited. It was my little goal for June to reach 2,000 of you guys, and we made it. So thank you so much to all of my new subscribers, and of course all of my old long-term subscribers who've kept me going all this time. I said I would run a giveaway whenever I did reach 2,000 subscribers, so I'm giving away a copy of my ebook, How to Build the Perfect Capsule Wardrobe, and I'm also giving away a copy of my 7-day wardrobe makeover. So it's a 7-day video series and a workbook for you to work through and you can print it out and kind of take notes as you go. So it'll help you build the perfect capsule wardrobe, or the perfect one for you. So each winner will be getting 2 copies of each of those, so to share with a friend, so that you and someone in your life can sort out your wardrobes together. I'm going to pick 3 winners and I'll announce the winner in next Sunday's video. So that's Sunday the 12th of July. I'll leave a little bit more information in the description box with when entries will commence, like when I'm going to have to obviously pick a winner, because I obviously have to pick before Sunday. So I'll leave all that information in the description box. So to enter, just be sure to be subscribed to me on YouTube. I know a lot of you guys who watch my videos are not actually subscribed, so this is a great opportunity to do so and to get a little something out of it as well. Leave me a comment below and let me know why you want to win and what difference it would make for you to be able to sort out your wardrobe. So either why you want to or why you need to sort out your wardrobe, and also and who as well that you'd like to gift the other copies to. For an extra entry, you can follow me on Instagram, as I'll be picking a winner over there as well. And for another entry, you can sign up to my newsletter. So you can enter all 3 of those. Obviously you can't win all 3, but you have an extra chance of winning if you are entered on all channels. Best of luck. I hope you guys are having a really great week, and I will see you next week to announce the winner.